For most of us, knowing what end-of-life planning is about and what it involves is overwhelming and emotionally challenging. We often struggle to start, let alone know where we should start, as I know from my own experience. So today I'm going to explain how, by using the 4 questions I used, will provide you with a basis so you can focus on what you need to do as part of developing your end-of-life plans, as well as giving you the motivation to progress through this important stage. These are the 4 questions I used, which made this planning process much easier and less stressful to complete. Hello everyone, my name is Jeffrey and welcome to the Plan Wishes channel that brings you the best end-of-life and non-financial retirement insights, practical tips and resources to assist you to navigate the issues you will confront. This is the second video in our end-of-life planning series. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, and if you're on YouTube, click the alert notification channel so you know when we post our next video. Or if you're watching this on Facebook, share this with your Facebook friends and like this page. Let's begin. A question I have for you. Have you ever attempted to start your end-of-life planning, but it was overwhelming and you gave up? I'd love to hear from you. Please leave your comment below. I'm going to discuss the benefits to you of using our 4 end-of-life planning questions. If you answer these 4 questions that most people never consider, you will benefit in the following 4 ways. 1. Making the process much easier for you to start your end-of-life planning, as your answers to the questions will make you more focused. 2. Your responses to the questions will simplify the whole end-of-life planning process much more than you thought possible. 3. By using these questions, your answers will save you time and money, especially when you seek the services of various professionals to document and ensure various parts of your plan are legal. And finally, it will put your mind at ease as your plans come together. This will make financial, legal and other decisions much easier for your family to deal with upon your death, as it will reduce the stress, worry and turmoil for your loved ones at the very time when they would be grieving your loss. And you won't be wondering if they are making the right decisions about the amount of medical intervention or the type of funeral you would have wanted, as you know exactly what you wanted. You are probably one of the wiser people who understand the importance of not leaving things to chance and understand that your life can change so quickly. Your pre-planning will ensure your affairs will be in order. A question for you. How many of you have started doing your end-of-life plan? How far did you get? And I don't mean just having a will. Please let me know what was or is the most challenging part of starting your end-of-life plan. I'd love to read your comments. What many of us have trouble with when making our end-of-life plans is how to start this process. You need to focus on answering the next 4 questions. The first of our 4 questions is, what do I most value about being alive? Consider what you enjoy most about life itself. To help you focus on answering this question, you can try asking yourself the following. What do I enjoy doing? What do I do that brings me immense pleasure and happiness? What activity gives me purpose in life? Or you could look at this question from the reverse perspective, being, what would I not want to be able to do in my life? Like being active, independent, or in other words, what does a quality life mean to me? What would you not want to sacrifice or give up, even if the medical intervention could keep you from dying, such as being permanently bedridden, dependent on a ventilator to keep you alive? You could never walk again, make a cup of coffee or shower yourself without assistance. There are no right or wrong answers. The answers to these questions are as diverse as there are people in this world. Many of us are characterised as baby boomers. We have already experienced the death of our own parents. This event for me reinforced the realisation of the frailty of life and made me confront my own pending mortality. It started me on the road to ensure I put into place what my family would need to know and act on when my time arrives. You must understand the outcomes that medical treatment will have on you and your ability to live a life that would still satisfy you. An appreciation of the various circumstances that can occur from medical intervention when treating you for various injuries and illnesses, such as a stroke, brain injury, heart attack, or catastrophic or multiple organ failure. This is an important part of your end-of-life plan, as it can address and inform your family or caregivers if you cannot speak on your own behalf. For example, if you were suffering Alzheimer's dementia or had to be placed into a medically induced coma. A study has shown that over 50% of seriously ill hospital patients would rather not be kept alive on life support when there is little hope of significant recovery. Modern medicine can maintain life under many extreme situations. It cannot appreciate what you would want out of life if you survived, or the burden it places on you and your family. It fails to consider the financial and emotional burden it can place on people if you are lying unresponsive, unable to communicate to your loved ones with no chance of improvement. Question 2. What do I think about dying? A central part of your planning should be about what your belief system or religious views you have about death and dying. You may have strong religious beliefs or family traditions relating to funerals that you would want to be followed when you die. Alternatively, you may want to break with traditions. If you have not set out or informed anyone that you'd want to be cremated and your ashes scattered at sunset off your favourite beach, no one will know of your wishes, as you have failed to both plan and inform them of your final wishes. Another part of your answer to this question may make you realise you want to document your own unique legacy about the life you have lived, with stories, life experiences, lessons you have learned throughout your life, values and opinions, how you are mentally confronting your own mortality, or blessings and forgiveness for others, and not leave things unsaid to family and friends. Legacy letters can provide guidance and information to future generations of the family and are often the most cherished item you can leave someone. Writing or videoing your legacy letter is an important part of your end-of-life planning process. It can be liberating to let your loved ones know how you have come to terms with dying, and it may assist those that you have left behind. Question 3. What family issues must I consider when arranging my end-of-life plans? We will experience a range of relationships over our lifetime, including marriage, divorce, or separation from our children, whereas others have become lifelong friends, whilst other relationships have withered. An essential part of your end-of-life planning must include the various aspects of estate planning. This is not only about preserving the greatest amount of wealth possible for the intended beneficiaries. It is also about who you would want to receive what portion of your assets upon your death. Your legal will should adequately reflect who the most important people are in your life. This can ensure they will be financially looked after when you die, especially if you separated or there have been a death of a family member or major life event has occurred. An example of a potential legal issue is the ability that a spouse you separated from but not legally divorced often still has a claim on your estate. Failure to update a will may not provide financial security for those you are currently in a relationship with, as they may not automatically be afforded the recognition you believe they would have from a legal perspective after your death. Another example, if you become incapacitated and have failed to nominate a person to have a power of attorney, that is a person who will speak on your behalf with your best interests at the forefront. What you should also consider is if you have a family that you don't want to be involved in having a say in your medical decision-making aspect of your life, you need to ensure you have a living will or advance care directive. With a nominated person, you could make medical decisions on your behalf as either a power of attorney or enduring guardianship. Ideally, this would be up to date and reflect your current wishes and circumstances. Otherwise, the law will take precedence over your wishes, and people not currently in your life may have a say. These are some of the reasons you would need to reassess what you have legally documented. Never think that, well, I've taken care of that, as this type of attitude is going to fail you. The last question you need to think about is, who would I want to know about my end-of-life plans? You need to decide who would be the best advocate to implement your end-of-life plans. As well as deciding who will be involved in making decisions on your behalf, you need to tell them. Planning end-of-life conversations is another important part of end-of-life planning. These should be the first people you decide to discuss your final wishes with. The people you propose to carry out your wishes can be family, friends, or professionals. These people are the ones you entrust the responsibility with, must be able and willing to act in your best interest, skilled to handle the requirements, and have delegated to them under your plan. A question I have for you. So have you considered the answers to any of these important questions about what you'd want your end-of-life plans to be before it's too late? Please leave your comment below, as I would be very interested to read your replies. Life-threatening illnesses or tragic events can occur at any time. I strongly encourage you to consider these questions before you start your end-of-life plan. Just to quickly recap, make your decisions based on information you obtain from various sources. Think about what you would accept as a minimum quality of life you would be happy to live with. Once you decide who will be able to list the range of medical interventions you would not want to be subjected to if you were stricken down by a life-threatening illness or were seriously injured and could not advocate on your behalf. Ensuring you have a good death is a term that also includes what you deem is important for your end-of-life care. You owe it to yourself to investigate this in detail today. Having answered these 4 questions, you will be much better prepared and focused to start on the next stage of preparing your end-of-life plan. The Plan Wishes channel is about bringing you the best end-of-life and non-financial retirement insights, practical tips and resources to assist you to navigate the issues you will face in later life. If you found this information helpful, make sure you give it a thumbs up and remember to hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this on Facebook, please share. Also, if you want to read any of our other articles, head over to our website www.planwishes.com.au. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.